hell is going on, you hexicans? You beautiful, beautiful hexicans. How was that intro? Did it blast your ears out? I feel like the intro is way louder than my voice. Guys, we have some crazy stuff going on in the great, great land of Hexico, but also in crypto in general. So I just want to talk about that today and talk about my expectations and what do I think about Pulse Chain? What do I think about the pump of a lifetime it's coming up, guys? I mean, you guys can feel it. I know you can feel it. So, Brennan, what's going on? Aquila, good to see you. Market Belly, Hex pre-like, nice. Yeah, make sure to smash the like and subscribe. We've already got one dislike, so thanks for that. Bailey at Bran, good to see you. Of course, so reliable, that Bran. Mark, what's going on? Sandy, hello. Hex Squadron, hi. Freddie Quotes, hola. Hexarican, good afternoon to you too, Hex fam. Hexillionaire and DeFi Dior. Blessings, many blessings to all of you. Yeah, Hulk smashed the like. This is gonna get weird, guys. I mean, I've never seen this kind of it's like how quickly we forget the pump of 2017, right? Because this is kind of what it felt like. It was kind of this euphoria feeling in the middle of that bubble, except this time, guys, this time in this bubble, we're ready. We're gonna be ready for this one. So we all know that crypto goes in cycles. We know that it dips 70% to 90% because we've either lived through it or, Richard Hart's told you or I've told you. And we're ready. I think so many people are ready for this next pump. And unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of the fresh blood, that comes in and ends up getting wrecked because they buy the top. But you guys have all been here since, day one, or at least day one of Hex. And if you're new here, you're in the right place. So if you're new here, welcome. Because we're in a very special project. It's a very long-term project. Unlike a lot of this other stuff out there, 98% of cryptos have failed or will fail. Okay? That's the sad fact of reality. 98% have failed or will fail. I'll say it again. So whatever coin you bought right now, I mean, I like a lot of coins. Believe it or not, I have a Hex channel, but I actually like several coins. I'm not going to talk about, my portfolio. Let me just tell you, it's mostly Hex, okay? But I think maybe 30 to 50 will survive this next bear market and be serious contenders for, real innovation and real, they'll have a place in the world that's not, they'll have a place in the world that's, for one thing or another. But, Hex is just one of the winners. And I think it's the big ticket winner of this whole entire DeFi crypto bull run game. I mean, it already has gone up 350x. Something like 400x, if you're counting that little pump today. But yeah, let's see if we can get a pump, guys. Let's see if this is the time during my stream where things kick off. Because we've been tapping that 2 cent mark over and over and over. It just gets so weak. That 2 cent mark is just hanging on. It's like a little wet noodle. It's a sad little 2 cent resistance line, and we're about to blast it. We're about to blast it up the. Hey Wade, how's it going? DeFi Hex said coffee killing it lately. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I've been busy, but the reason you haven't seen me the past few weeks is because I've been working on that course, hexpassiveincome.com. If you're new, you might want to consider getting it, especially before the bull run. If you're not new, 40% referral program. So if you're onboarding your friends, I think now, if you actually like somebody, if you actually like somebody and you want them to do well, I think it's wise to recommend getting into crypto now. But anytime after now, like next month, when things are all, 5x, 10x from here, I think it might be a little irresponsible to get people into crypto after, at the top of the bull market. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really important to do a disclaimer to people when they're buying at the highs that this shit does dip. So, you're buying the bags of people that have been holding for a year, right? So it's good to be honest with people. Like when I'm promoting my course, I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to say, hey, look, you can get into a long-term product right now if you want to. You can buy the course. It'll teach you everything from zero to hero, knowing nothing about crypto. But do not be surprised. Do not be surprised when things drop 70%, 50%. I mean, small cap cryptos can drop 50% in a day, and they still are all the time. Hex is doing it. Hex drops 50%, in a week sometimes, but then it goes up a shit ton more. Luckily, Sandy said I started on day 470. Oh, cool. Welcome, Sandy. 471. What day is it today? What day is it today in Hex land? Hex, we measure our days starting from December 2nd, 2019. Oh, 492. Okay. So you bought, Sandy, you bought, what is it? 20 days ago? 71. Hold on. 71, 81, 91. Yeah. You bought about 20 days ago. So let's see what price that would have been at. 20 days ago. Oh, you bought at about 1.2 pennies. So you're doing all right. So Sandy's up about 80% in a week or two. Congratulations. And welcome to our club. I'm glad you were able to figure it out without the need for a course. Brand, thank you, dude. That was so nice of you, man. Loving the brand. 3.69. Thanks for the super chat, man. Corey, what is going on, my dude? I'm good. I'm really, really good lately. I think we're all going to be feeling really, really good in the next couple of months, guys. Our lives are going to take a turn. HEX Rican, what's going on? DeFi Dior, Corey. Oh, everyone's just dapping up in the chat. What's up, Lumaka? Hello, Hex Raza. DP Murray says, check out CMF Weekly. Boom. Is the CMF, is that an indicator? I'm not sure what the CMF indicator is, but yeah, I am aware of the coffee pump. That's the only indicator I like. And that's right, Hex Toshi. We're going for that coffee pump. Can't wait. Coffee pump. I'll see you guys in Vegas too. We'll hang out. We'll celebrate the Mad Games next month, or in June or whatever. AO says, guys, how much do you think HEX will pump? The realistic targets for me, and it's price predictions. What do I always say? I don't know shit. I can't predict the future, so don't take my word as gospel. But we're looking at 7 to 9 cents conservatively. So take that for what it's worth. Could be a 10x from prices from 2 weeks ago prices. It's not financial advice, no expectation. Yeah. And I got to start saying that more now that I'm selling a course. It's like, don't buy my course and just expect all your troubles are going to come true. You got to take the action. You got to hold through the tough times. Everybody in this chat right now, if you're new, everyone's like, welcome, Sandy. Welcome, Sandy. If you are new, though, like Sandy and maybe a couple other of you guys out there, crypto is really, really fun in the bull market, and everyone's a winner, and we can all just high five and have a great old time. But during the bear market, people get very, very quiet. And a lot of people don't talk about their losses. Now, I think you're in the right spot because HEX has been shown to not only be decorrelated, one, decorrelated from the rest of the crypto market, but two, you're earning interest at a certain APY per year. So that gives you a buffer, right? That's one of the really cool things about HEX. Let's say you're earning 25% APY a year. That means HEX could dip 25% over the course of the year, and you could make up the difference for that differential in just the interest. So you would be, basically at break even price because you're gaining value every day. So not only is it resistant to dumps, but it's decorrelated from the overall crypto market, and the community is focused on outbound messaging. So one of the unique things about the HEX community is that we actually realize that the opportunity of people to get into crypto outside of the ecosystem is so much bigger. I mean, think about how tiny crypto still is. And you see all these people advertising and chilling their coins on crypto Twitter and all that. And they're just circle jerking each other. They're all talking to each other. So crypto is one of the biggest echo chambers in the world. And the one thing that Hexicans do well, like all you guys in the chat, the one thing you're actually doing is people are going out and they're DMing real people for personal finance podcasts, more traditional podcasts. Somebody messaged Lex Friedman, totally just intellectual physics guy, no relation to crypto. Hexicans are creative with their shilling, and they punch up and they punch out of the box, right? So a lot of people, they don't realize that when they're yelling, hey, buy my coin, they're just talking to each other. Everyone's just like an echo chamber, and no new people get in. So it's really just whale money sloshing around. But we're actually focused on pushing the envelope and realizing that, like, when you realize there's millions of people out there that aren't in yet, I mean, that's just nothing but opportunity, guys. Hex says, Hex Squadron, Hex is the best community. Yes. Juicy Smolier, 2 cents is so cheap. Yes, it is. That's unit bias, dude. That is one of the great things about HEX. It is cheap. It is really cheap right now. People aren't realizing how valuable HEX could actually be. I mean, how much would you pay for an interest-bearing asset that pays you, up to 40% APY? Even when the APY of HEX goes down, let's say one day the APY of HEX is like 15%, but the price is like $2. Wouldn't you still pay for that? Like I would still park my money in something earning me 15% APY. That's still outrageously good. And at that point too, the price will probably have stabilized. So that's another interesting concept. So the earlier you are, you're actually paying, you're earning these increased this increased APY because you're taking a bigger risk, and you're holding through more volatile times. So that's why you should be deserving of more APY, because you guys are the early adopters that are holding through the tumultuous times. Not a lot of people have the cojones to do that, so to speak. So you're getting rewarded based on the perceived risk, even though to you realize it's not that risky because it's triple audited and secure, and it's been around 100% uptime. The founder cares more about HEX than any other founder I've ever seen in my life. He's not going to let anything bad happen. It's really just a game of demand and adoption now. Just driving more demand, driving more adoption. I'll be here for 15 years with you guys, and we got a great group of streamers. So if you want to go to hexstreamers.com, hexstreamers.com is where you can actually find all of the different HEX influencers, or just, I don't like influencer. I don't want to be that, but I'm just a content creator, right? An educational person that's here to hopefully onboard some people and get them to do that in a safe, cheap, fast way. Matthew Bailey, it's hard to onboard with current ETH fees. I know. That's something we should talk about, because pulsechain.com is coming up. Pulsechain.com is Richard's way of fixing that whole situation. It's going to be so great. If you've ever used Matic Network, you know how it feels to have instantaneous, borderline free transactions. Like, it's not totally free, but it costs like 0.0001 of a penny. So that's what PulseChain is gonna be, except it's gonna be optimized for HEX. So every Pumpamental built into PulseChain is gonna be optimized. And trust me, guys, if there's one thing I know about Richard, is that he cares about HEX more than anybody. And his favorite people in the world are people that are staked long and that own HEX and that have staked it for a long time. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of incentive mechanism of you get some more Pulse token or something like that based on your current holdings of HEX. I have no idea. I pulled that out of my ass, so don't quote me on that one. Now someone's going to quote me. Watch. Lamone says, when am I getting my Pulse cash? I think my original estimation was actually farther. I was originally thinking, end of the year, because Richard said 6 months, and then software's hard. And I remembered how it was a 4-week delay on HEX for months. HEX was always 4 weeks away for 4 months. And I kind of assumed that would happen again. Like, there'd be a little bit of a delay, but I'm getting a feeling that this one's going to be a little different. Like, I don't think forking Ethereum is as hard as designing HEX was and testing HEX. It's obviously still really, really hard, but like, I do think that it'll be done a little bit sooner. Not only because there's an immediate need and there's pressure from the actual users, because anyone that's staked less than $200 worth is having a hard time on staking right now. So sad but true. I mean, if you want to make a crypto that's for everybody, right now it's the threshold of people that can get in is like, your stake has to be worth more than the gas, and the gas is can be hundreds of dollars for a long stake. So you should be staking in larger amounts if you can. I'll always say go a little bit larger, at least 500 or 1,000. But if you can't do that, that cuts off a lot of people, right? It cuts off a lot of people. So, so when are we getting the Pulse chain, Pulse Cash? I kind of feel like it's going to be ready sooner than we think. I'm going to give it 4 months from here. So let's call it August. I'm going to go with August. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to go with August. I'm inspired. In retrospect, crypto coffee was inevitable. That's what they'll be saying. That's what they'll be saying when we go to $10 HEX. It all seems so, hindsight's 2020. And I'm already getting that feeling, right? It's like, oh, I should have just put in all my Bitcoin into HEX. It's like, but I didn't. So I did pretty good, but I could have done amazing. Freedom TV says, Pulse Chain, ayo, what up? Yeah, Pulse Chain's coming soon. I think, it seems to be Richard's top priority. I know he's got developers working on it, and there's an urgent need from the actual users to solve a real problem that is hindering HEX adoption, right? So if HEX is the ultimate goal, I think he's going to put a lot of pressure on this, but he does make sure, the founder, Richard Hart, makes sure that he gets things right. So if things are delayed, I'm okay with it because we don't want to rush something like this. Although we are forking Ethereum, so the reason I say it's simpler, and I mean that in it's still really hard, but the reason I say it's simpler is because Ethereum is already built. So you can copy and paste the Ethereum blockchain. You can just fork it with no changes, but the fact that we're forking it with changes, like parameter changes, is going to make it like we need to test it and blah, blah, blah. So as I find out more, guys, I will let you all know. It's all about the glory, T-Bird. The glory is just getting started. All right. Balia Brand says Pulse Chain is going to be perfect for that. Pixel Science, the pump of a lifetime. That's what my wife said on our honeymoon. Well, I mean, hopefully you got more than one pump. Hopefully you got 2 or 3 solid pumps in on your honeymoon. Sandy said, yes, I'll use USDC next time. Oh, yeah, USDC has lower fees if you're buying direct from Coinbase. And if you're going to need to pay gas with ETH still, right? So you're going to need a little bit of ETH in your MetaMask. But if you buy USDC from Coinbase, you can actually transfer it over and save yourself maybe 10 or 20 bucks. Or, the fees on ETH on Coinbase are 1.5%. So that could be really big, right? If you're buying $10,000, 1.5% is $150. But USDC has no fees for any limits as high as I'm aware. I've never bought like that much USDC at one time, but every time I've ever bought it, I usually buy less than $1,000 worth whenever I do buy, but I've always had 0 fees. Hex Squadron says many people are questioning whether to stake now or wait for Pulse Chain. I mean, dude, stake now is my non-financial advice, and the reason is you're going to have a 1-to-1 copy no matter what. So if you have staked HEX, you're going to have staked HEX on Pulse Chain. Like it's not going to go away. Like you're going to get it, whether it's liquid or staked. You're going to get an exact copy of the state you're in right now. It's just going to be on Pulse Chain. So the question, I mean, staking now, you're never going to get a better interest rate than right now today. So the longer you wait, the more monetized time you're sacrificing. Plus, if you're thinking about staking longer than a year anyway, I can reason to believe that a lot of the Ethereum problems might be fixed in a year too. Oh shit, we got a Ayo, thank you so much, dude. Some Hex love for our favorite YouTuber. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you for the $5, dude. Very much appreciate that. I'm glad I'm your favorite. There's so many people out there, so to pick me, man. Nate J, what's going on, dude? Mean says I'm quoting on that too. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be like Crypto Coffee exposed for not knowing what he's talking about. Juicy Smollett. Juicy Smollett. I'm gonna have to save my pulse questions until the end of the month. At the end of the month, guys, Richard Hart's gonna reveal a lot of open questions about HEX. But I'll tell you what we do know for sure. We know the logo looks very tasty. It's got that blue and red hexagon shape. It kind of reminds me of blood, like oxygenated blood. And we know we're going to get an equal copy of Pulse HEX and ETH HEX. So there's going to be 2 coins on 2 blockchains. It's going to be like Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, right? So something tells me, if I'm speculating, I think this might go kind of like ETH and ETH Classic. Like I think the Pulse HEX will be worth more than the ETH HEX, but I think they're both going to have some value. So it's not like we're going to get double the money, but we're going to get like, I think more than 100%. Like we might get some fraction of a gain on that, like a 1.2x your coins or something. Yeah, saving the Pulse questions. Thanks, Juicy. Will Pulse Chain be audited? I understand it's a fork, but they're making changes. So they need to check the code? Yes, probably, Matthew. Probably. That'd be my guess. I would hope it is being audited. It seems like the right thing to do. Abracadabra, pamp it, baby. Let's share my screen. Let's check out this pampage we got. We're at 2.1 cents. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Look at that, guys. Come on. Come on now. Ridiculous. What else we got here? Do you think HEX holders will get free pulse? I think there's a chance. I think that's a reasonable thing. I don't know for sure. So excited. Kevin Hart. Yeah. Adam says, so thanks. Costa Rican. Adam, it may happen. Yeah, we might get some kind of free airdrop, but you know, I'm not promising that. The logo looks clean and trustworthy. It sure do. T-Bird says the pulse duplication takes my T-shares up to 700. Damn, dude. What is that? Oh, 700 T-shares? Nice. Nice. So that means so you would have 350 on ETH HEX and 350 on Pulse HEX. That is a very good amount of T-shares. I think if you get to 1,000 T-shares, you'll probably be set for life. I mean, you know, even 500 is like a lot, you know. Samsonite says, what's going on here? Yeah, you know, just having a stream, Samsonite. Just doing what we do. Fresh B says, yo, how's it going? Limon Ortega says, who disliked the video? How petty. It's probably the same guy that dislikes every video. You know, it's kind of a compliment. You're not really big unless you have like a 10% dislike ratio, right? I think Richard's got like a 10% dislike ratio. So that seems like the sweet spot, you know? Sandy says, one venture capitalist hates the live streams, but staying to watch. Yeah, there's some VC out there that's like, why didn't I get my upfront HEX payments? Now he's pissed off. HEX went on without him because he couldn't invest at the very beginning and dump on all your heads. That's what it is, I think. Dr. President. You sound like a very official man, Dr. President. Hex Toshi, holy shit. Thanks for the $5, man. 555? Oh, that's a lot of fives, man. And fives are my favorite number after 3, 6, and 9. So thanks, Dr. Toshi. That means a lot, man. Really appreciate that. Stick long and hard. Let's fucking go. What a crazy spike on that chart. Yeah, you know, this crazy spike. Let's look at the volume on that. Where's the chart? I mean, we're at 299, 29K volume today. Oh, this is V1. I'm on V1. Like, that seems low. Let's go to V2, shall we? Here it is. V2. V2, baby. We got 156 million of volume. Not as much volume as 3 days ago, but you know, we could easily have over 2 million volume tomorrow. This is just you know, it's the swell. It's the big ocean wave that's about to crush everybody or take us to the moon. Sammy, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you, Sammy. Blackwing says pumping whale action. MC Hex 5555. Nice spike. Yeah, guys, 124 people. Wow, that's awesome. I guess when Hex is mooning, everybody wants to watch, right? But T-Bird says better watch out, Coffee. You're gonna have mountains of chicks all over you. Bring it on. Bring on the mountains of chicks. Let's be honest. That's why a lot of us got into Hex. Tracy says so it's not too late to buy Hex. That's a good question, Tracy. No. Short answer, no. Long answer is when things blow past their all-time high in crypto and they're solid long-term projects, they usually never come back. So, Tracy, to your question, let's draw a line on this chart here. And let's just show the basic concept. So like crypto is very unusual, right? It doesn't behave like a lot of other asset classes because it grows exponentially. And it grows exponentially. So a lot of times it just doesn't come back. What I drew here was like a support line, right? So typically when things tap the same support lines multiple times, it gets weaker and weaker every time. Right, so you can see here the price tapped the support at 1.3 pennies, and it came all the way back down. That was on big payday. And on New Year's Day, we blasted through, but instantly went right back down and got sucked right back down to 1.3 pennies. Then we did a little love tap on February 11th, and then we did another fourth tap on March 19th. And finally, we broke out of this cup and handle pattern right here. And there's a saying in just traditional TA is that there's no such thing as a quadruple top. Now, maybe there could be, right? But typically, if something makes a triple top, it means there's really a lot of sell pressure here, but every time we touch that top, you could think of it like a magnet, or like there's a bunch of people selling at these levels, but the more times we tap it, the more that selling pressure runs out, because everybody that was going to sell at these levels has already sold, right? So I think you had a lot of range bound traders, which are accumulating like at 0.008 and selling at 0.013. But I think they ran out of energy, because as you can see, we just totally blasted through it. And today we're at new all-time highs. So new all-time highs in crypto is like, the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? The sky's the limit. So that's why oh my God, holy shit. Quarter Panda, congrats on your course. Thank you, man. That's a lot of money, dude. Thank you so much. That is very nice of you. I have a course out, guys, hexpassiveincome.com. If you have any friends that you want to onboard into crypto, it's not just a hex staking course. It's a crypto 101 course too. So it's like how to go from knowing nothing at all to basically being a full staking ladder, which is what a lot of us all have. We all have a full staking ladder, right? But yeah, Tracy, is it too late to buy hex? Some more reasons on top of this is the bull market in crypto is about to explode, like, for everybody, right? So Ethereum just broke out of a very bullish, it formed a very bullish shape. Bitcoin is kind of hovering and plateauing and staying stagnant. And when Bitcoin kind of just goes sideways, it gives the altcoins room to breathe. And it's what we call alt season. So I think we're about to have an alt season in the next few months. Again, I don't know for sure, but I think we are. Holy shit. Oh my God. Somebody just, Nikki B said, coffee, you rock, baby. No, you rock, Nikki B. You rock, Nikki B. Holy shit. That's fucking amazing. Wow. I'm feeling good, guys. Oof. Thank you so much, Nikki B. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. Nikki, you're the man. Tracy says, okay, cool. Thank you for explaining it to me. I'm 1 month into altcoins. Yeah, no problem, Tracy. Feel free to ask any questions you want. The class might teach you something, or you might just be able to learn everything you need to know from my channel and other people's channels. But yeah, it's just, crypto goes in cycles, right? So there will be a bear market. So just make sure you're not, if you're not staking your hex long term, you're going to want to try to sell before the bull market's over. But all of us in hex, we're staked so long that we might have some stakes expiring in a couple of months or 6 months or 8 months, but we've also got stakes laddered all the way out till 15 years, right? So it's like from year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've got a stake expiring every year for the next 15 years. And so that's why we're not as worried about the day-to-day volatility in this coin. So in the short term, be ready for things to go really, really high, and then also be ready for things to go really, really low. That's the most honest advice I can give you. And a lot of people are going to only be talking about the gains, and they're never going to talk about the bear market coming. So I'm not trying to scare anybody away. I'm just saying, there is going to be a bear market. So definitely not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Black Wing says, that means it could be ranked top 10 by yeah, it could be ranked top 10 technically, if the price was 10 cents. But it also means, yeah, if all the other cryptos go up too, that's a good point. If all the other crypto prices go up, then maybe it'll stay around number 11 or 13. Aquila says 1K into Hex now for 8 years will return over $1 million. That's with a conservative price, 2029 price of $3. Yeah, I mean, $1,000 in 8 years, like earning 40% APY for 8 years. Compound that every time. So you got like 1,400 and then 40% of 1,400, whatever that is. I can't do the math right now, but I'm sure that's kind of accurate. Even if you assume the price is totally stable and doesn't even move, the cool thing about Hex is that the price just stays still and does nothing at all. You're still gaining interest. So the added price appreciation on top of the interest is just a bonus. It's just a little extra bonus. Sandy says never too late. That's cool. It is never too late, especially if you have a long time horizon. Archie says money flooding in here now. Yep, I think some people are doing all right with their Hex games. Crypto King says, what is up? That is awesome. Good to see you, dude. Crypto King is the man. Limon Ortega says, yeah, I wouldn't wait to get your positions in alts right now. Yeah. So guys, not financial advice, okay? Not really not financial advice. But I have never seen the general crypto markets look so bullish. So I would recommend. I'm not recommending anything. I'm just saying I personally will not be buying anything after this month. I maybe. I mean, I'll be buying Hex, sure, because Hex is a long-term hold, but I'm not going to be buying any more Ethereum or any more Bitcoin after like the next month or two because I think it's going to go crazy high, and I think that's when you should be selling. Sorry, that's when I'll be selling. Not financial advice. Sorry, guys. I sound like a financial advisor. Tracy says, I will sign up for the class. Thank you so much if you do. It's hexpassiveincome.com. You don't have to, but if you think you would be helpful and if you're a total beginner, it's definitely helpful for the beginner. Sammy says, wow, everyone's so generous. Guy says, bring back the hair. I'm trying as hard as I can, guy. Just grow. Yeah, I'm trying to grow as fast as I can. Hex Squadron, coffee on a roll. That's right. Limon said, coffee feel like crying right now. I kind of do, man. You guys, that $100 and the 36, all the donations today. Just thank you so much. Coffee, Hex Pamp. All right. Kinetics says, the long-time listener, first-time caller. It's okay, Kinetics. Don't be shy, baby. Mr. Coffee says, do you believe Hex has enough speculative stickiness that when we see pulses, it will get stickier over time? I think it depends on the number of the pulses and what the pulses ate for dinner. Kinetics. Nikki B says, you rock, Quarter Panda. So much love in the chat right now because we all know we're in the right place at the right time, right, guys? Right, boys and girls? Diaco. Kinetics, you dirty, dirty dog. You dirty, dirty, dirty dog. So, Texter says moon math. Yes, moon math. I don't have too much moon math for you. Brennan made a chart I can pull up. I'll pull up a chart for you guys in a minute here, just to give you a little something. Crypto Dave Investor. What time tonight? Kinetics with. Oh, damn. Okay. So, guys, Kinetics is on later tonight with RG3. They're going to be talking to Clay Collins. He's the CEO of Nomics.com. Nomics is the #1 ranking website in all of crypto because they're actually the most honest and most transparent. So, if you want to see Hex listed correctly, go to Nomics.com and make sure to tune in to Discourse Syndicate tonight. Check out that episode. Tracy says, all this is covered in your passive income class. Yes, it is. Well, I just cover how to create a staking ladder, how to buy Hex in the cheapest way possible, how to stay secure, how to not get scammed, and just the basic principles of long-term holding versus short-term trading and investing, right? So the real way to make it in crypto is to think about things on a longer time horizon. I like to say crypto's not a get-rich-quick, but it's actually a get-rich-slow scheme. So all the best investments are actually quite boring. So I'm out here, we're all trying to make it fun because we're going to be holding for 15 years. But really what a lot of people in crypto won't tell you is that the best investments are just long-term holds that you just don't touch for a long time. But yeah, it's all covered in the class. And you know what, Tracy, reach out to me if you want to talk about if it's right for you. You can reach out to me on Telegram, Crypto Coffee Co. Yeah. D Good says 3 cents at the end of the month. Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance. I mean, hey, my guess is as good as yours. Abracadabra, how dare you? Oh my God, Reed Mac, great stuff, Coffee. Pump it, baby. Fuck yeah, thanks, dude. That's amazing. Reed Mac. Ugh, you guys are too good, man. Too good to me. Coffee keeps getting dusty eyes. I'm fine. You guys are cool. I guess. I'll hang out with you a little bit. Pixel Science says loose Hex gets dumped on Pulse too. I don't know. See, people are still going to be locked into ETH Hex, right? So I don't know if people are going to be emergency end staking all their Hex on ETH. I think a lot of people like me. Here's what I'm going to do, right? If my Hex is on ETH and then the Pulse Hex ends up becoming worth way more than the ETH Hex, I'm just going to let my ETH Hex ride. And then every time I unstake one, I'll unstake on both, and I'll see, maybe it's just like getting a little bit of extra interest on your stakes every time because now you have 2 stakes to unstake. So I think it'll make my life more enjoyable to just leave it there. I'm not going to be emergency unstaking or anything like that, unless maybe my mind will change. Maybe there'll be a really good opportunity to buy Pulse token or something. But that's what I'm thinking right now. Yes, Pixels. Smash that likey, fam. 145 watching. Wow. Got a big crew in here today. Thanks, guys. Daniel says, yes. Nuriapia TV says, loving this stream, but really late in UK. Gotta sleep. Good night, bro. Or girl. Take it easy, Hexkins. Yeah. Good night, man. Crypto King says, smash. Hulk smash the like button. Hexander, coffee and Hexo and DS pump tonight. That's right. I'm handing the baton to Hexo. If I can't pump it, there's one guy that can. I know one guy that can pump it. If it's not me, it's the hexologist. Marcavelli said, pretty sure Pixel joined the Pulse Telegram. Pinned comment by Richard Expense. Oh yeah, if you guys go to Pulse Chain Com, the Telegram channel, there's a kind of an FAQ that answers some pretty simple questions. Not every question, but all the good juicy secrets are coming out at the end of the month, guys. So if you can wait 3 weeks, 3 weeks away till 3 weeks till news event. Sandy says, wow, really duplicated in Pulse? Yeah, Hex is going to be duplicated on Pulse because Pulse is going to have like no fees and it's going to be instantaneous. So it's solving a problem that Ethereum probably won't be able to solve until like at least a year from now. So we kind of decided to take matters into our own hands. But don't worry, when it happens, I'll update my course to, do the instructions for how to get your Pulse Hex and all that. But I still think we're 4 to 6 months away, guys. So I wouldn't worry too much yet. But when the time comes, I'll be here. We'll all be here. D Good says hodl through the bear market and there's no loss. Yeah. Well, if you're hodling something that makes interest, it makes it a lot easier to hold through a bear market, doesn't it? Like personally, I don't want to sell. I'll be honest with you guys. Like I have some Bitcoin and I'm trying to sell my Bitcoin at the top of this bull market because I have no interest in holding Bitcoin anymore. I have some and it's great. And I like that it goes up. I love that it's going up, but I'm going to actually cash out on this cycle because I hodled through the entire last cycle. It didn't take any profits. And, it would just kind of sucked if I just, sold at, even if I sold at 16K and I bought back at 5K, that still would have been a huge, like, I'm not going to time the top and the bottom perfectly, right? And nobody is, but I'm not making the same mistake twice, guys. I've been in crypto since 2015. I'm selling my Bitcoin when I feel like the market's topping, but I'm not selling my Hex unless I happen to have a stake expiring, which I might have a stake expiring around that time, but I'm not selling my principal Hex because those are my money-making machines. Like, it's what Wales only says, right? You don't sell well, you can do whatever you want, but you don't want to sell a cash-producing asset, right? If something's making you interest in money, why would I want to sell that? Why wouldn't I just want to sell the interest and restake the principal? So that's the honest truth about what I'm doing. Limon Ortega says, no, I got 4 cents at the end of the month. All right. That's some real moon math right there. Tracy said, I'll reach out on Telegram. Thank you so much. Of course, Tracy, anytime. Happy to help. Diego says, coffee, it's duplicated, not dumped. What do you mean by that? Yeah, exactly. It's like we're duplicating our Hex. We're not just dumping it. 96 cents in May or June. That's well, sir. Well, Brennan, I don't think 96 in May is realistic at all. So I'm sorry, but that'd be great though. I'm just trying to keep it real. Don't Panic says, how will Pulse keep fees down and still go up in price? Well, good question. Things only go up in price because people are buying them and not selling them. So the Pulse token is not connected to the Hex token, right? So it's just going to be more people coming in, and it's actually going to be good for the price because if fees are down, it lowers the barrier to entry, right? So more money can flow into Pulse Chain easier, and they don't have to pay an arm and a leg to get in. So it seems kind of like pretty obvious that, like, to me, Pulse will just increase the price of HEX. You don't need like high fees. High fees don't just make the price go up. Like, it's one of the things that made Ethereum's price go up, and a lot of things on Ethereum are going up. But if the gas was cheap, like if we were able to interact with it and for everybody, like instantaneously and really cheap, user experience at the end of the day is what gets adoption. And a lot of people in crypto, we forget about user experience, right? So that's just what I think. Juan says, so will HEX in ETH be worth more than 0? Yeah, my prediction is yes. My prediction is that ETH HEX will not go to 0. I'm 99% sure of that, because as long as something's traded on the open market, there's going to be demand for it. There's going to be somebody will be buying it. It might be, far, far cheaper. It might be like a 90% drop, but it's going to have a price. People are going to, people will literally trade anything as long as it's there. So why wouldn't they trade? Like, I'm not selling my HEX on ETH until my stakes are due. You know what I mean? My Pulse HEX, we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it shakes out. Donald Lopez, thank you for the $5, dude. Appreciate that, Donald. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. I got to see what your sticker looks like. I can't see on, oh, it's a nice little rhino. Thanks, Donald. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it. Mark Ravelli says, stake it to make it fat and long. Oh, yeah. Nice and fat and long. Archie says, Brennan, that would be amazing. Yeah, but come on, 96 cents next month. Motley says, HEX stock split. I'm here for it. Depending on the price of Pulse, it might be worth buying as well. Yeah, I know nothing about the price of Pulse. Hopefully there's some cool pumpamentals built in. Like, maybe you get some kind of extra bonus if you're a Pulse holder or something. I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass. Chaotic says ETH 2.0 is sounding like 2 years away. When it comes out, it will be obsolete. Yeah, that shit, man. The Ethereum people don't seem to realize how high fees are. I know they know it's a problem, but like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk shit about, like, Vitalik's super smart. I just think that they need to figure it out. Otherwise, someone else is going to eat their lunch, right? Maybe Pulse Chain. Excitius. Newbie question. Can I stake over several time horizons? Like 1 year, 5 years, and 15 years. Yeah, you can stake any number of days you want. So in HEX, you can stake anywhere from 1 day to 5,555 days, which equates to about 15.2 years. So what I do is I stake about like every year, or I think I have like a biannual ladder now. So every 6 months, I have a stake expiring, right? And you can pick any day you want. You just go to go.hex.com, click on the calendar icon on the stake tab. So you go to go.hex.com. Here, let me show you guys. If y'all are new to HEX, show you what it looks like on the staking web page. Yeah, so you're gonna go here, and this is where you stake, right? And here I have stake length in days, and I click on that, and I can go as many days in the future as I want. And so, like, let's say my birthday is on April 4th, right? I can select that on the calendar, and I don't even have to do the math. It just knows that this is 362 days. And I could say, I want to stake 10,000 HEX for that long, and it'll just do it. You just press stake. So that's what it is. That's all you do. Any number of days. So if you want to do it on Christmas, on your birthday, it gives you so much more flexibility than the traditional CD. It's really quite awesome. Like, you can really do any kind of staking ladder that you want that fits your lifestyle, right? So you can just every quarter, every month, if you're saving up for a wedding or graduation present, you want to buy a new car, go on a vacation, you could set your stakes to expire on these different days. You know what I mean? How cool is that? Archie says, I'm still here, gonna hold BTC. Yeah, but HEX is a perfect hedge. Yeah, Archie, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't holding a little Bitcoin. Brizology says, I got some Bitcoin too. It's going into Hex as well. Going to make interest on that principle. Yeah, baby. Hextoshi, what if there's a secret path that enables us transfer ETH chain Hex into Pulse? Ooh, secret path, you say? Maybe. Hope so. Texter says, when ETH sometime in the future solves the fee problem, I think Hex Classic can still make it worthy. Yeah, it's another point too, right? When the fees actually do come down and Ethereum is bearable again, if that ever happens, then who knows? Maybe the ETH Hex will start to become worth a lot more. So, yeah. Brandon says, I have early adopter bias. 96 cents is only like 30x. Yeah, but 30x, like, things get harder to pump, as time goes on. We did 300x in a year, I know, but you were saying for 96 cents next month, like 1 month from now. I mean, okay, my next target's 10 cents. Okay, 9 cents, 10 cents. We'll talk about 96 when we get to 9 first. Maybe I'm being conservative, but let's just get to 9 cents before. It's good to have some Moon Boy talk though. More people will come into Hex. Yeah, people are just gonna flood in, and people love buying the tops too because they only like to buy things after they've gone up. Nobody likes to buy the low. Donald Lopez says, new to your chat. Keep up the hard work. Can you share more on the Vegas trip? Is there a list you can join? Yeah, there's no list. There's actually just a bunch of us going for a couple days in June. So you can go to hexakin.vegas, I believe. Matty Allen's channel, MATIALLIN. Matty Allen has more info about it. He's kind of setting it up. It's going to be a bunch of us, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Brennan says, I like your thinking. Hex Genius has spoken. ETH Hex will be on par with Pulse Hex. Yes. Just got a Telegram phone call from someone claiming to be a Hex community manager. Be careful, guys. Oh, and I told him to go fuck himself. Yeah, guys, there is no Hex secure, like there is no Hex support, like official hotline. Okay. There's no call center for Hex. Anybody claiming to work for Hex is full of shit. I don't work for Hex. We're all doing this for free just because we like it. I'm just a fan. Okay. I'm a community member, just like you're a community member and everyone's a community member. Please, please, please don't fall for people pretending to be like Hex support or a community manager, or please, please, please don't fall for people pretending to be me. Okay. I don't talk with broken English. I don't talk with, weird symbols. Like, I'm not going to comment in your YouTube video some cryptic, like, hit me up on WhatsApp or anything. Like, no, I'll never, ever message you first. I'll never ask you for money. I will never ask you for your private keys. You never give away those seed words. Archie says too much value in ETH Hex. But yeah, I can't see them going to zero. I agree, Archie. I think they're going to have maybe some combined value greater than what Hex is worth right now. Hexander says, sorry, Motley, I butt dialed. That's funny. John Lee, if you do not want to speculate on ETH Hex crashing first until you are certain Pulse chain runs smoothly for over a year. Yeah, that's why I think it's going to be fine on both chains for a while. I think that I will want to keep an eye that make sure that Pulse chain runs smoothly, but again, the opportunity is made by the people that take the risks early. And if it's audited and if it's a fork of ETH, that seems like a lot less attack surface, right? I'd rather fork the chain that's had, 5 years of battle tests hardening in the real world, which is Ethereum. So if you fork Ethereum, you inherit a lot of the security. Like changing a variable parameter really doesn't introduce any attack surface, right? Like if I say, oh, I want the inflation rate to be this instead of this, that's just a number. Yeah, I agree. The more things that are changed with Pulse Chain, the more attack surface is introduced. That's true. But we'll have to wait and see. If it's a very close comparison to ETH, then I'll feel a lot better, right? And if it's audited, yeah. Pulse is gas, folks. We want it to be cheap. Yeah. If everybody emergency unstaked on Classic, the APY will moon. Nice. Also, in the Alaska Prepper news channel, chat live stream spreading the good word. Good job, dude. Alaska Prepper guy is pretty cool. Corey says, honestly, I think Pulse would be like Binance chain and token. Look at the way we may get an airdrop, but also accommodate other cryptos on its chain as well. Yeah, it could be. I think it'll be similar to Binance and similar to Tron, except I don't know if BNB is still traded on ETH. I don't know enough about Binance to say that. Samsonite says the values of decentralization matter more to ETH than scalability. Some chains scale, but they are not decentralized, i.e. Flow. It's hard to find a fast chain that's efficiently decentralized. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's another thing. So decentralization is a spectrum, right? There's no such thing as like this is decentralized and this isn't. But there's a concept of you have to make it decentralized enough, right? So what does that mean? Well, I mean, Binance has a system where basically they own all the nodes and there's only 21 nodes. So that to me, that's not enough, right? Like Binance Smart Chain, it's not really decentralized enough for me. Like, yeah, you might be able to go buy it. Maybe it goes up in price, whatever. But for me, it's not like the censorship resistance that I want. Bitcoin has like 10,000 nodes all over the world, and anybody can run their own node. So I think with Pulse Chain, I mean, think about it, guys. Even if every staker in Pulse Chain started a node, there's over 20,000 stakers. If every staker if every HEX staker now stakes in Pulse Chain, we'd have more nodes than all of Bitcoin. So we might even be more decentralized than Bitcoin, right? I'm talking about full nodes that like take up a lot of space on your hard drive, and it's kind of inefficient, but you do it to decentralize the network, right? So I think as long as there's like over a couple, maybe 100 or so nodes, like all over the world by real people, that to me, that means decentralized enough, right? But we can't say yet because we don't know how many nodes they're going to be or what the consensus mechanism is even going to be. Children of the Grave, April 4th is my B-Day. Nobody's taking on that day. All right, everybody stay away from April 4th. Do it for the children of the grave. Sam Snyder says Flow plus Binance chain. I'm not sure about Flow. Is that like a blockchain? All blockchains are just social consensus mechanisms that in the end humans decide its fate, so they need enough decentralization for censorship resistance and that only. Yeah, John, that might be one of the wokest comments here. Everybody, what John said, that's my answer. That's you need the censorship resistance, but you just need enough nodes. So like to me, let's think about it, right? Let's say you have 100 nodes and they're, some in the US, some in Australia, some in the UK, some in China. You can't really take all those down at the same time. It'd be a lot of effort to go to everyone's house and try to figure out where everyone is and somehow take them all down at the same time or hijack them or something. It'd be like and to this day, that's never happened. None of the attacks have been physical attacks. They're all just social. Like most of the problems with decentralization come from proof of work. They come from proof of work chains that are 51% attacked by the miners. As far as I know, proof of stake chains have been doing pretty okay. And I think Ethereum will be proof. I don't know for sure. I'm very curious to know what consensus algorithm or mechanism Pulse Chain uses. Limon says, for questions on HEX, go to the website and watch the videos. Thank you, Limon. Go to hex.com, hex.com/scam. If you want some, I just updated that page. Brennan says the Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan crowd. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen when we get the interview? I think all hell is going to break loose and HEX is going to go to like new all-time highs after Lex Friedman. Because we get into the social zeitgeist, right? Like it's, if Richard becomes part of like the intellectual dark web and every single dude in like America finds out about him, then yeah, it's only upside. The cool thing about HEX, buying HEX at the top, is that the APY is APY no matter what. Yeah, that's a good point. John Lee, having everyone be able to join a network and run their own nodes isn't any more decentralized in the end, as they are being ran by pools. And in the end, they make the decision for you. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, well, pools do come together, right? That's just a fact of life. And the more pools come together, it's like you end up having like 8 pools that like, if 4 of the pools are owned by like 2 or 3 people, that's a couple of decision makers really that can determine consensus. you know, the real reason that blockchains don't fail from these consensus attacks is because there's just more to gain by believing in it. You know what I mean? Like the reason the guy didn't take down the whole Bitcoin network when he could have is because there's just more, like, there's more to be had in the world if Bitcoin exists than if it doesn't exist. It's like the guy that found the 2017 bug or whatever, like he didn't exploit it because it's just he didn't want to ruin the game. You know, like the one of the biggest things that humans have accomplished in terms of their social technology is the ability to share a belief. And all crypto is a shared belief, just like any other system, just like any other social system, like educational systems or, you know, Republicans, Democrats, whatever. They're just structured shared beliefs that a lot of people are sharing the same language on. So that's all it is. At the end of the day, guys, everyone just wants the money. So everyone's more incentivized to just have Bitcoin keep going than to try to destroy it. Big Pep, good to see you, man. Do you think we'll be able to call the HEX contract functions from the Pulse chain to mint tokens when our HEX stakes mature? Yeah. Could be an option to mint on either chain. Well, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have to decide based on, you're going to have to flip your MetaMask account and switch between networks. So I think there's going to have to be some kind of a bridge. I don't think you'll be able to mint ETH HEX on the Pulse chain without switching the network in your MetaMask account. You know, like how Matic did it, or how did you guys know with MetaMask you can still connect to Ethereum Classic if you wanted to? You just press that green button at the top. Like literally, if you just open your MetaMask and you see the green button where it says Ethereum mainnet, it's a drop-down menu. You can just click custom RPC and you can type in the Ethereum Classic URL. And you can just start running everything on Ethereum Classic, right? You won't have any money on there because you probably weren't there for the fork, and neither was I. But yeah, that's it, right? Smash the likes. Thank you, D Good. What rhymes with Hulk Hogan? Julk Brogan. Joe Rogan. I don't know. Hulk Hogan? That's a tough question. Don't Panic says, what smart contracts are likely to join us on Pulse Chain? Whoever wants to be, it's probably going to be an attention grab. So so you're obviously going to get some scam tokens that just want to, you know, leech off of our success probably, but you might get some early, like, you know, frontier type people on there. So I think you might get some interesting kind of like really out there projects too. I mean, HEX is going to be the primary project, but we're not stopping anybody from coming as far as I understand. Hey, Coffee, did you ever graduate from college? What did you do for a living? Yes, I did. I graduated with an engineering degree from a Midwestern Big Ten school, and I am a product consultant. So I help make apps. I help design the user experience for apps and websites for different, you know, Fortune 500 companies and stuff. Parlay says Pulse token. Lumaka says we are so early. Pulse chain test net period is the most important. Yes. I'm almost caught up here, and after I catch up, we're gonna call it a day, guys. Is Pulse chain a 100% inflation event? I'd like to see HEX remain scarce, i.e., convert your HEX across from one to the other, not have two copies. Well, unfortunately, I think because it's a fork, that can't be possible. It's like, you know, when Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash forked, you just have a copy. When Ethereum and Ethereum Classic forked, you just have a copy. So I think it's going to be more like that. And I think there's a reason for that. Like, I don't think there's going to be any kind of bridge. But again, that's something that, you know, we'll have to wait until the end of the month for that. Paul should have its own staking. Maybe it will. Who knows? Smash the like. Ooh, ape strong together. Brazology says, dang. That's a great idea if possible, but I don't think it's possible. Oh, for Big Pep, yeah. Juicy says the dude that didn't exploit the bug should have his name remembered. What was it again? I don't know. We should we should shout that guy out more often. If anybody's got that guy's name, we should make him popular. You know what I mean? Because we have the power to make people popular. Like we made Nomics popular, we made Uniswap popular. We should make that guy popular. If anybody can get me that guy's name, I'll start giving him. I'll start thanking him publicly in my streams. Sandy says, "Really, really, really what? I don't know what you're talking about." ETC slow though. Well, yeah, no, it has nothing to do with ETC though. Like I'm just talking about that was like 3 or 4 years ago. It was. I was just giving an example of what happens when things fork. Right, you get a copy on each chain. That's how forks work. So it's not going to be anything like Ethereum Classic. One Hexy Mofo says, imagine if you could use your ETH HEX stakes as encapsulated stakes to sell on other chains through a Pulse Bridge smart contract. Yeah, who knows, dude? Like things are going to get pretty crazy in the future with interoperability. Somebody might make a contract that lets you trade your HEX on Polkadot or your HEX on Tezos, whatever. The sky's the limit. It's going to take a lot of time though. People need to build this shit, right? Versology says you can. I think you can think of a bridge as built. Since these are both ERC20 substrates, it might be possible. It might be. It might be possible, Big Pep. I'm very curious, just as curious as you. Archie Cooper, you're the best. I might donate. I would love if you donated. You don't have to, but you're the best, Archie. I'm not the best. You are. Marcavelli says, Coffee Hex 555. Thanks for leading off another excellent stream last night. Oh, yeah. I was on the Dollar Cost Cryptos channel. He's an awesome dude. One Hexy Mofo said we could make a staked hex pool for that guy that passes on exploiting the Bitcoin bug. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I was just going to give him a shout out, but if you want to give him money, I guess go ahead. RG3 said you were good with the ladies. Any tips? RG3 is too good to me. I do okay. You know, my tip is just have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. I'm not really I'm not like a Dan Bilzerian guy. Like I go on dates, you know, just have fun and don't take don't overthink. Don't overthink is my advice with that. Brasology says, I see, but in that case, I think you will still need Ethereum to call the end stake function, which would defeat the purpose of using false. Yeah, guys, I am lost on that combo. Sorry, bros. That would probably be the sticking point. Well, guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. And we've reached about an hour. Hexologist is going to be on any minute now. By the way, did you know Staker app V2 is coming out? Check it out. Check out Staker app V2. Look at some of these screenshots, guys. Prettier, simpler, funner. What more could you want? Look at that little angel. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that little devil. Look at how fun that is. Look at that. Tinkering turtle. It's pretty fun, simple, funny. Look at that little baby, guys. Keep an eye out for Staker V2 as well. It's going to be freaking awesome. And happy Easter to you, Archie. Thank you, bro. I did celebrate Easter, so thank you, man. Hexy Mofo says, thanks. Have a good night. Thanks for all you do. You guys are the real MVPs. Love you guys, and we will talk on the next one. Peace out.